Hi everyone, Sue from Art Craft Journals. Today I'm on to do a little bit of a craft with me, and I'm making some paper or decorating paper bags, but I'm actually putting a pocket on them as well. So you've got the paper bag part, and then you've got a little pocket in the front. And what I'm doing is I'm using some images, some flower images that I've cut from an old children's book, and I've actually layered. So there's inside, you won't be able to see it probably, but inside the plant is tucked into, it's actually on the bag but tucked into the pocket that I've created with a book page, and I've put some more plants or flowers along the front with a little bit of lace. So you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket here, and potentially a pocket on the side if you'd like, when you stick it in a journal or something. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a craft with me, show you how I did them. They're pretty simple. All you really need is some bags, some little paper bags. If you don't have any paper bags, you could actually make some too, just by simply getting some paper. All you need to do really, you could make a large bag by sewing down the edge around the edges, or you could cut it in half again and make a smaller little bag like so. Or you could probably do it using an envelope as well. There are a couple of different ways you could do it. Now all you need other than that is some images, some flower images, and some old book pages. Now to start with, all I did was I grabbed my little bag and I grabbed two pieces of book page, folded them in half. I've trimmed the bottom off, and what I'm going to do with this one, I'm actually going to sew around the sides and the bottom. This one I didn't, but I think it would make it a little bit stronger, and it also means that you don't have to worry about the open parts when you don't glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold a few of these in preparation, and then I will go and sew. So I'm just using 2 layers of paper, and I'm folding it in half and turning it so that you can see the writing up the correct way. Now you can trim the bottom a little bit if you like. It's up to you. I prefer to get rid of most of the white. Now in this case, this one's a little bit wider, so there won't be much trimming required. Now you could glue, if you're not going to sew the edges, you need to glue all of those pages in. Because I'm sewing it, I'm not going to bother gluing it. And I will trim off the edges once I've sewn it with the sewing machine. So I've got a couple of different bags here to use. I'm not sure how they'll all go. We'll soon see though. You will need a fairly wide book page too. I guess it doesn't matter. Oops, that one doesn't seem to work. I guess it doesn't matter which book page you're going to use. Let's see. Yep, and I might just trim that again. Get rid of the number at least. Oh, helps if you cut them at least vaguely straight. Doesn't have to be perfect, I guess. Like so, and one more. Wrong way. Folded the wrong way. That's the right way. That one there, because it's a little bit torn there, I might swap it with the first one because that little bag was a bit narrower. Yep, that works better. And what I might do is trim that now so I remember. Alright, now I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to sew those very quickly, and I will be right back to, yes, I will do it that way. When I did the first one, I actually stuck that down first, then put the pocket. but I think we'll be able to tuck it in and sew it. So I'll go and sew those, and then I'll show you the images that I've got. Okay, so I've done the sewing, and I'm just trimming off the excess paper that you can see at the sides here. This one's a little crooked, but it will be fine, I'm sure. And unfortunately, I did go off the envelope, the bag a little bit with the sewing, but it doesn't matter. I might just, if we distress that, it'll hide a little bit of it anyway. So I did distress all the edges of the bag that I used. Okay, now the images I've got I cut from a children's book, and they're basically all flowers and garden bits. Some of them are weeds, but because they're quite pretty, I thought, doesn't matter. So because this is a dark background, I'm thinking something light would be good on this one. So basically something like that. And then maybe something here. Now this was a little tricky to cut out, and there's sort of a gap there, so I'm thinking maybe something like that over the front, or even that one would probably do. No, too close in colouring. I'm thinking that one or this one. I think maybe the yellow one. Actually, it's upside down. That would help. Doesn't stand out very well. I think I will go with this one. Okay, so then all I did was, whoops, I just distressed the edges. Just make them look a little bit darker. Oh, that was my stomach. Goodness gracious. Must be past lunchtime. Funny how you lose track of time when you're doing craft stuff. Don't know if anyone else does that, but I quite often do. Just trim that a little bit there. Quite often I will, I don't know, get carried away with what I'm doing and then look at the time and go, oh my goodness, look at the time. Or I'll hear someone come home and, oh, what are you doing home so early? Oh, it's not that early. Okay, so now I'm going to use the craft glue because the bags, I don't trust the glue stick too much on the paper bags. Off screen too, sorry about that. I'll have to try and move it a little bit. That's it. There. So that's that one. Now to make that tone in a little bit more, you could probably just do a little bit more. And that's what I did forget to do across the top of those. But if you just, that blends it a little bit more. So that's that one. Next one. There's a bit of paper. That's a bit better. Could probably use a darker book page if you had one. I don't think I had any that were big enough. I've got quite a few smaller ones, but not wide enough, I guess, across the page. Just give this a little bit of a... Okay. Now let me see, what have we got? Some thistles, tucks in quite nicely there. Don't lose too much of it. Although, just thinking, because that's a brighter one, and it's also longer. It might be better on the longer bag. Yep, I think it is. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the poppy. We've got this one. The poppy's quite short. Actually, maybe what I should do is just have a play and see which ones work with which bags the best first, rather than use them up to start with. Sometimes it pays to check what you've got first. Oops, might actually have to cut some more maybe. Oh, I can't pick them up. Alright, so what have we got? That's a taller one. You can actually have them overlapping, I suppose, but every time you put something in, it might be a bit of a problem. And of course you can always trim them as well. That one's too tall for that. I don't want to lose the poppy though, unless I double up here. Something like that. I didn't want to put two together like that though, because I'm trying to keep them to one side, so that if you put a tag, you can still see the flower on the side. So that's why I tend to put them on the side. One's a nice one all by itself. Might pop that one on that one because it's yellow. Now these ones might have to be trimmed. Sorry, you can't see that one over there. Something like that. Maybe pop them over the other side. And I think I'm going to have to trim the poppy. I don't think the poppy by itself is enough there. This one's just a little bit bigger. And then we might pop the poppy just there. Or maybe there. Maybe there. So we'll have to trim it. I could cut some more, but there weren't that many left actually that was suitable. Okay, now we could put some little bit of lace. Like this one I did put a little bit of lace. So what else have I got? I've got other scrappy bits of lace here. Could do something like that over the top. That looks pretty actually. I like that. Might do that one on that one, and we might do it on another one as well. Whoops. Okay, quite like that. Now what other bits of pieces do I have? I might just cut some of this for these ones, and then it's just a matter of gluing it all down. Oh, my chair is squeaky. And shouldn't put a bit of lace on that one. I might just pop a bit. Just pop a bit there. Okay, gluing. I'm happy with that. So it's just a matter now hope everyone's doing well. I'm good myself at the moment, but we are coming into winter in Australia, so I'm thinking, you know, I've actually already had one cold this year, which is unusual for me. I don't normally get colds or viral infections, whatever it was, until winter, and then I usually only get mild ones anyway. But I did have one earlier, sort of at the end of summer, which was unusual. But I think the weather sort of changed quickly, so that was why I think I got that. Now, oh, I was going to say, where's the one for that? haven't done anything too exciting recently, I have to say. Just trim that a little bit. A little bit of tidying up. Just the craft room and a few of the other rooms of the house. Just change things around a little bit, furniture and things. I tend to get very sick of how the furniture looks. So I must admit I change it around fairly often, if I can anyway. As I'm getting older, it's not as easy to move things around as it used to be. But I think I get bored with the furniture the way it is, and I want to change. I'd love to be able to just buy all new furniture whenever I'm sick of it, but that's never going to happen. So I just rearrange things, move things around. And most of my furniture is white, so it's almost interchangeable into what rooms it can go to. So sometimes, you know, you can take a bookshelf or something out of one room and put it in another, and it feels like a whole different space. I think I might speed this up, actually, this part, when I edit the video. No, what I actually might do is I might pause there, stop the video, finish these, and then show you what they look like at the end. Otherwise, I think it's going to go for a very long time. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea, actually. So I will pause here until I've done all this, and then I will show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, I'm back. Now that took a bit longer than I expected, because when you're gluing some of the things down, I was a bit conscious of making sure that there was no glue on the outside or oozed out so that it would stick the pocket down. So there's a couple still drying, but I'll show you them anyway. So this one is the finished one here. I might just try, nope, wrong way. Okay, so you can get the whole one. So that's that one. And this one, of course, the one I did before. I think it does look better with the sewing around the edges too. I'll put some pictures on the end of the video anyway, so you can see them. This one, take the scissors out that I've popped in there to make sure it doesn't stick. So that's that one. This one, it's quite pretty with the lace here. It's hard to see on the screen, but it's quite pretty. And that needs a little bit of glue there. Just do that while I remember. Now, like a couple of my previous videos, I will do a little bit of a giveaway of a couple of these. So if you are interested in receiving any, make a comment. In your comment include I don't know, the word lace, and then I will know that you were interested in receiving a couple. So that's that one as well. So I will pick a couple, pop them in an envelope, and they will be on the way to somebody. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining me. I hope wasn't too boring. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration from the ideas. I think they look quite cute, actually. I really like the idea of them, kind of like a little garden. So they'd be great in botanical journals and things. So yeah, I will see you next time. Have a great day or evening, and bye for now.